Game Masters are here at Gen Con doing some more on the floor interviews. I'm running around like a nut today, but I always have to stop by Floodgate Games. I'm here with my buddy Ian today. We're going to take a look at some of the new games today. We love Floodgate Games. Don't even mention Sagrada in my house and forget it. It's like, what? So it's like the pigeons or the seagulls. What? Mine? We all start playing it or whatever. So I'm going to, but you got something else that isn't Sagrada here. Tell me about this stuff. We got Skyrockets.
Yeah, we've got some games that aren't Sagrada and some games that are Sagrada but more. Let's start out with Everything Ever. Everything Ever is a new party game, and we came up with the tagline, the party game you've been preparing for your whole life. It's real simple. Everybody's going to have a few cards in their hand. There's going to be a deck of cards on the table, depending on the number of players, and you're going to go around the table, and you're going to name something from each card. So you name a food or a drink that's named for a place.
Oh, Boston cream pie.
There you go. Now name a character from The Office.
My brain's dying on me. The Office. Pam.
Pam. Okay, I'm going to go with a Manhattan, and we'll go Dwight. Right? And you go around and around the circle to somebody you can't, roughly 10 seconds, enforced by the table. They freeze up. And then you take the card as a penalty, you replace the category. And so now we're naming every song with weather in it. So maybe you go November Rain or something like that, right? Or Purple Rain. Yeah, so if anybody comes up with an answer that's iffy or just plain doesn't quite hit the category, you can either allow it, watch yourself and allow it counselor. You give them a warning, or the table can just go, nope, take the card. So once you're done with the deck, so it's, like I said, there's a number of cards per player. Whoever has collected the fewest penalty cards is the winner of this free-form trivia game.
Oh, okay.
So disguised as a party game. We're really excited about this one. It's a lot of fun. You can play it anywhere. Everybody knows something about everything, right? And so it's real easy to just pick up. I talked to the whole game. There's one additional thing in the game. You're going to have a few cards in your hand. So if you don't know something, you can go, well, I don't know that, but I know this. I know a song with the word
just
J.
Replace it.
Yep. But that also raises the stakes. So if anybody messes up on this category, they take that whole stack of cards. If you can ever name anything that has, I don't know if there is one, but let's say there's a song named Rainy Day. It's weird that I have two examples of songs here. There's 250 cards in the box
but your
of different categories. My random luck is a different song. So here we'll do a movie with every scientist, right? So in honor of Oppenheimer, right? There's a bunch of those.
There you go.
But for my example, if you come up with a song, let's say there's a song named Rainy Day, which I'm sure there is, that answers both of them. So I can either get rid of one of my penalty cards that I've collected with that one answer, or I can draw a new card into my hand. Both shortening the game, but also giving myself more outs so that I don't have to collect a penalty card.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, that's the game. It's, like I said, 250 category cards in the main box. We got a booster pack here as well. And we're going to be doing a bunch more boosters and promos, themed stuff, so probably like a board gaming themed set and stuff like that. Designed by Nathan Thornton. He designed Green Team Wins, Medium, other great party games.
No, it looks like a lot of fun, honestly. This would really fly my house. Well, honestly, it kind of has something to party about.
It's Everything Ever.
Everything Ever. Yeah, there you go. That's really cool. I'm glad to see you guys kind of pushing into the party game space.
Yeah, we've done a few in the past. This one we really think has legs. We did a lot of work with the design and development, and I think it looks great. It's only $20. I think it's a pretty good buy for that with all the cards you get in the game.
Go ahead and tell me about Skyrockets too before I tell them to come on by and buy all of this.
No.
No? Okay.
So Skyrockets is not out yet. If you played our game Kites, this is the sort of spiritual successor to Kites.
All right,
so,
sure,
for your viewers who don't know, Kites is a cooperative real-time game where you are trying to keep your kites in the air. Kites are represented by these sand timers. Once your kite is up and going, you don't want to let it run out of sand or crash to the ground. And you keep those in the air by playing cards that have symbols on them, and you keep flipping them, and you go around the circle playing cards, flipping them, keep them going. And in Kites, the goal of the game is to play through all the cards in the deck without letting any of them crash. In Skyrockets, you have been taught how to create magical fireworks shows by a crazy wizard, and he's sending you around the world.
Would his name be Gandalf by any chance?
No, for legal reasons. Gandalf the Multicolored. So you're going to be going around to 30 different festivals which have different setups, different rules for how you're going to play. Some introduce a little bit of randomness, some introduce kind of like a strategic play, or some cards will be out, and you can pick from there, well from playing from your hand.
Right.
And there's going to be, instead of having a wild timer, one of the timers is going to be on a timer track. So, you're going to be playing cards, much like in Kites. Play that, you flip the purple and the blue, right?
Yeah.
And then you go around, flipping the timers. You cannot flip whichever timer is on this track, and that'll be determined by the mission you're on. Each timer has different amount of sand in it, so they move at different speeds.
Right.
Once this one is out, you can then play a card that has I should have had an example set up here. There we go, that has red. Yay! So now we would flip orange, and now since this is empty, we can flip this and move it down the track. And the goal of every mission, depending on how you get there, is to get this to the final, push the button, and fire the finale. In Kites, if a timer runs out, everybody loses.
Right.
In Skyrockets, a little more forgiving because we're introducing more challenges. If one of the timers runs out, you can start it up again, but one of your people in your audience has lost interest, and you lose a star. The goal is to keep track and get as many stars as you can in all the different missions.
And it's nice to have the little forgiving aspect, just because you get somebody especially younger and they fail. And, I know I table flip even though I skew 15 and younger, so I'll be like, oh, timer ran out. I'll forget about it.
Yeah,
that looks a lot of fun. And it's a spiritual success. Right?
Yeah, and as soon as we made Kites and we released Kites at Gen Con last year, and we got a lot of great feedback, and it's a really fun game. We started thinking, okay, what else can we do with this mechanic of this play cards, flip timers mechanic that hasn't really been done a whole lot. And so we came up with the idea of creating these specific scenarios that you're trying to master.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just as I say, if you get that little extra money, throw it into a Lord of the Rings licensing.
and then we can name the wizard Gandalf. Yeah.
There you go. You got Gandalf.
Or Radagast.
Or Radagast.
Yeah.
Could do
Radagast. Or one of the blues whose name's different. Sorry, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, no. Well, thanks for showing us these games. We're gonna have more here. Believe me, we're gonna talk about Sagrada
so
soon,
much
guys.
More.
Talk about where booth. What is this booth?
439.
439.
Yeah, we think we're one of the brighter booths.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't even miss it. It's Floodgate, really, guys. Just come up by, check out these games. They're awesome. They're not very expensive. They're available now.
Skyrockets will be out at Essence. Look for this later this fall. But everything ever is available today.
Awesome. Guys, check it out. Thank you, Ian.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks
and
so much.
Of course, as always, guys, pay attention for our Gen Con coverage, and don't forget, game on.